You live.
I'm live.
Yep.
All right, let me know
Yes, I'll let you know when I get the notification when people start getting on.
getting on to my liveness.
I can't with you. Watch out, that beauty.
Is this notification? Is it still on?
Let me see.
I heard it. Then again, huh?
1:22 p.m.
Yeah, it's still playing.
All right, cool.
There's
Screen off.
just nothing there yet. I put it back on.
Anybody on yet?
Let me see. Yes, me.
Well, besides you.
There's 3 people on.
Is my voice, is the bass too loud up in my voice? It don't sound distorted.
No, it sounds straight.
3 people on?
Roger, put what's up, big homie? How's the day going? I'm enjoying the UCLA game. And then Paula said, "Hi, did you see it?"
What's up, Roger? I'm doing cool. Hey, Paula, how's it going?
Okay, I'm straight.
You're straight here. All right. Well, read the comments. Huh?
I said yes.
Okay, cool.
Roger put North Hollywood tapping, showing love, boo boo. And then Titans on. He put saludos.
Saludos, Tiny. Who put North Hollywood?
Roger.
What's up, Roger? Hey, shout out to North Hollywood. Shout out to everybody. And honestly, I think everybody, my YouTube family, I like calling, my I don't got that many subs, but the ones that do get on and support me all the time, I'll call them my YouTube family. And then I got my YouTubers, that tap in every once in a while and just to say what's up. Or actually, just the ones that don't even get on, not like none of my subscribers or nothing. I just, I got 352. Oh, I'm coming up. I got 352 subscribers. My daughter said. And I'm just getting on. Today, it sucks. Today's one of those days where, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm blessed and I'm grateful for what I do got. But one of those days, today's my grandkids' homecoming. And since we pretty much go, try to survive. California is the hardest place to survive in. It's so expensive. So my grandkids is homecoming today. So they're being walked on the field and all that. I mean, regardless if I was able to make it, I'm missing out because I can't see them. I can't see their smile. I can't watch them play and all that. But at least I'm there to support them. But unfortunately, I couldn't afford to get in the game. So, we were only afford just for Kim to get in the game. To get in the game is $7, and literally, she got her change and was able to go. So I told her, what, she was going to stay with me. I told her, what, go. At least one of us is there for him, So, their mom is going to walk them out in the field with Kim, and my youngest son is their coach. So, their uncle's there, because he's the coach. And, well, not the cheer coach, the football coach, because I got my granddaughter, she's a cheerleader. And my grandson's, their first year playing. They're only 6, 7 years old. 6. So, it's one of those days where it's like, man, I wish I could be there at least to support them. But at least, Kim's out there. And, of course, their mom and their uncle. The uncle gets in, while my youngest son, he gets in free because he's the coach.
Roger said I'm in Ohio right now. Gotta travel to Pennsylvania for 1 week for work, then back to Ohio. Then I get a vacation and get to come back to Atlanta.
Ooh, you're in Ohio again. Last time we went live, you were in Ohio. Yeah, it sucks being away from home. I remember when I was trucking. That was, one of the hardest parts when I was going, over the road. But I wound up staying local because, I had to be here for my family. And you know what? Speaking of that, when I came live last night, I did ladies' nights. I got kicked off. YouTube blocked it, and they didn't say what song they blocked it for, but it said a subscriber. Matter of fact, my phone don't tell me. Matter of fact, where's my phone at? What Kim had to get on this morning. What's the name of the person that claimed it? And he put it for all, not just for certain countries. He put all.
Right soft key. Options.
Yeah, let's
So,
Press back again to
but
mute all ads. YouTube.
what
Google.
what I don't get,
YouTube. Call log. Email.
what I don't get is I'm live. For one, I'm not monetized. I'm not making no money off of it.
Inbox 311. Unable to connect to server.
But I'm gonna get it. See what my phone does say.
Read. Inbox 311. YouTube left square bracket copyright playwright square bracket your video has been blocked. Friday ladies night / item WNNO copyrights TO none of this music. Yesterday see no evil. A copyright owner using content ID has claimed some material in your video. As in red.
Yeah. So
Paula said that's awful about last night's live.
what's that?
Paula said that's awful about last night's live.
Yeah. So they blocked it, so it's not up there no more. And but it's a fact. For one, it's live, so you're not getting direct music like when I upload it. And so nobody's gonna download it and resell it. Ain't nobody making money off it. And but it is what it is. And this time they didn't tell me what song. So the live that me and Kim went last time, I want to say the last Saturday, they blocked that one too. But at least they told me why. So if you guys remember right, Kim was playing music in the background, and they blocked it for that song, "Let's Ride." The one that goes, "Shh, don't tell nobody." Something about the West Coast. Yeah, that one. So they blocked it because of that song, but it was playing in the background. So I don't know how they expect for us to turn around and sell it, or people to bump it when it's playing in the background. But it is what it is. If there's a way I could get a hold of YouTube and tell them, hey, you know what? I'm just literally, I can't even see my hand in front of me. I'm just trying to, do the best I can. Which honestly, I've gotten quite a few calls for DJ, but it sucks because, and it's happened more than a couple times already now. As soon as the people find out that I'm blind, they say, you know what? They turn me down because I'm blind. They say they'd rather go find another DJ, which it is what it is. But speaking of DJs, my daughter Raina last night went to her school dance, and she said that the DJ had the speakers connected to the laptop, but they had no board or nothing. So what that tells me is that he wasn't doing no mixing. He got some program, because nowadays they got different programs. The more expensive the program, obviously the more the program does. The cheaper the program, they even got a free one. And so what that tells me that he's not a DJ. He just puts in the song and lets the laptop do the mixing for him. Which it's a high school. He was late for one, and he didn't DJ. He let the whatever program he has or that he bought, if he didn't use the free one, the program did the mixing for him, which sucks for me because I can't take advantage of that program because I'm blind, so I can't type in the song that I want to play next. But that was one that I could have DJ, and it would have been a legit DJ. But unfortunately, I got people turning me down because I'm blind. But it is what it is. And matter of fact,
We've been early to the dance, like a half hour late.
yeah, I would have got there early. I would have set up, but I got a lot more to set up because I use the board and I got my lights. They even have lights.
A
Right.
little bit. Not a lot, but
Oh, probably like the same I got.
the only lights that they have were were behind him.
Oh yeah, see, he didn't even have lights or nothing like that, and and he was late.
1:32 p.m.
That was my and he was late and all that. But so earlier before I came on live, right, I was listening to my scanner because I listen to the scanner a lot. And matter of fact, yesterday morning there was another accident. Um, I want to say it was an accident with pinning. So somebody, it was a bad accident caused by DUI. So I listen to my scanner all the time. Because scanner, anybody can download a scanner, on your phone, and you can listen to any country, any county, any,
I
you
fell
know,
asleep on the scanner.
any city. They got from fire. The one I got for Stanislaus County. Well, I could put any county, but it's all of them from ambulance to fire to sheriff to CHP to police. And I was listening to earlier, and I called my friend up. So one of my friends, right, he stays in these apartments, and they had called the cops to go to these apartments because they had some dude whooping some girl's ass, and said that the girl was mentally ill, but she was all bruised up because her boyfriend beat her up. And you know what? I'm sorry, for me, that's something I don't believe in. I've gotten in trouble quite a bit for defending girls. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you a couple of stories, that I've been into. But
Um,
but it was funny because I called up my homeboy real fast, right? I was like, hey, I don't want to say his name. I go, hey, because he always talks shit. Hey, my lady's a little slow. My lady's mentally slow. He's always talking shit. So I called him up, go, hey, did you beat up your old lady? He's like, what the fuck you talking about? And I go, I just want to make sure because the cops are going to your apartments right now because, I guess somebody whipped their old lady's ass and she's mentally ill. And he started laughing because you're a fucking dick. But yeah, that shit was funny. So go ahead. Right now. Right now.
huh.
Go ahead.
Paula said YouTube's new policies are hella strict. And then she commented again saying deposit DJ in YouTube hella mad respect. And I'd hire him if it was nearby. I'm in SoCal though. And then
Hey, thank you, Paula. I appreciate that.
yeah, and then the other comment was just Paula telling me congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you guys a couple incidents when all right, so when I first met Kim, as a matter of fact, Kim was here. Luckily she was able to get to my grandkids' game because she was able to get enough change to pay her way in because it's $7 to get in. But so when me and Kim first started dating, we went to the movies. As a matter of fact, I want to say we went to go watch Titanic. We've seen that movie at the theaters like 20 times. I shit you not. Uh, I want to say it was that movie. She sent me to go get some soda and popcorn. So I went out to the one downtown over here in Modesto, the movie theaters, Brendan Movie Theaters, I think it's called. And I went out there, and the and the floor was packed. I mean, it was full. It was a full house that night, and so the line behind me, there were like three people back. All the lines were open, and it was full. It was full, and I'm waiting in line, and there was a couple on the line that was to the left of me, about two people behind me, and I remember when I first went out there, it was quiet. Being that how it was at least a good 50 people in that waiting room waiting to get sodas, lunch, hot dogs, whatever the case they're getting. I was sent to get popcorn and soda. It was quiet. And I remember I was thinking, why is it so fucking quiet? Well, I shit you not. I'm not exaggerating. This dude had to be at least 6'5" to 6'6", I came up to his chest, and the girl, his girlfriend, I don't know if she was Mexican, she was Mexican and Asian. She looked like she was mixed. She was short. She had to be around 5 foot, maybe 5'1", skinny, petite, and he was degrading her in front of everybody, and everybody in that waiting room or in that lounge, whatever you call it, room, was just looking away. They were scared of this dude, but nobody was telling him shit. And when this was going on, I kept hearing Kim's voice in my head say, "You know what? Stay out of it. It's none of your business. Stay out of it," because that's something I always was natural to me. I never dug a bully. I never dug anybody degrading anybody else like that. So finally, I felt my face getting hot, felt my ears getting hot, and I got tired of it because she was saying she was asked if she can get, I forgot what kind of soda, a different soda than what he wanted, and was not being quiet. He was being loud. He told, "You know what? Shut the fuck up. You're gonna get what I want to drink, and we're gonna share that fucking drink. If you don't like it, too fucking bad." Oh man, I blew up. I finally blew up. I turned around, and this dude, honestly, with one slap of his hand would have knocked my ass out. Just how big this dude was. But I didn't give a fuck. I turned around, like, "You know what, you motherfucker, you need to stop." I went off on him. I went off on him. I was pissed. And talking about the whole lounge room was like tripping. They all kind of like spread apart. And dude looked at me and he started apologizing to me. So this tells me this dude wasn't about shit. He just wants to pick on somebody he knows he can pick on, knowing damn well he would have probably whipped my ass. And but I was pissed. I didn't give a fuck. I'd rather have it be me than this poor lady. And he started apologizing to me, and I'm so pissed off. I got high off this shit. I go, "You know what? Fuck that. Don't tell me you're sorry. Tell her you're sorry." So he turned around and started apologizing to her. And I go, "No, you know what? Fuck that shit." I was so pissed off. I seen that he was doing what I was telling him to do, so I wanted to degrade him. I wanted to make him look like the stupid ass fool, like he was making his lady feel. So I told, "You know what? Fuck you. Get on your fucking knees and apologize to her." And he did just that. And remind you, this motherfucker was taller than she was on his knees. And he goes, "I'm sorry, babe. I promise I won't treat you like this again and embarrass you like this." I remember the girl's face was kind of red, and she had her face down. She kind of glanced at me and like said thank you with her facial expression. And so as soon as it was all over, said and done with, the whole crowd started clapping and started telling me, "Good job." Now I'm so pissed off at this point. I turned around and looked at everybody. You know what? Fuck all you motherfuckers. Everybody's in here and nobody says shit. But now you want to say congratulations, good job, because I'm the one that said something. I was pissed. So the manager, there was two managers that was working there at the time. They both came up to me and said that they gave me a refund. They didn't kick me out. They actually thanked me, gave me a refund, and gave me my food that I ordered for free. So I ended up coming up with 2 hot dogs, a bag of M&Ms and sodas and popcorn. I ended up ordering more than I originally was going to order. I took advantage of that shit. Plus, I got my money back. So, right after that, me and Kim went out to eat. And I told Kim what happened when I went in there. She goes, what took so long? I told her what happened. And she goes, "Yeah." So that's, one example of what happened of me. There was another time this dude looked like he was on a fat one. He was all sweaty. He came out in like an army gear. I don't think he was, ever in the, well, I don't know. He was pretty yoked out though. I was on a payphone, and this lady went to go turn into the liquor store, and this dude slams on his brakes, get out the car, and he was gonna hit her. I seen it. He was gonna hit her. I dropped the payphone. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I just, allegedly had some kind of toy on me on my waistband, but I never put it out unless one was to get put out on me. Other than that, I'll take an ass whooping first. And he was in her face, and he was pissed, and he was gonna hit her. So I dropped the payphone, and I ran over there. I jumped in the middle, and I called him out. So, "You're gonna hit anybody, hit me, motherfucker." And I was talking shit to him, and he kind of like backed up because, "You know what? Fuck you," and jumps back in his car and takes off peeling out. So I asked the lady. The lady said, "Thank you." She was an older lady. She's like, thank you, I appreciate you so much. Here's 100. She was gonna give me $100. I told her, you know what? Nah, I don't want your money. It wasn't about trying to get money out of you. It was just about defending what was right. And so it just I was one that never believed in putting hands on a lady or anything like that. Any comments, Bill?
Not yet. It says, saying, DJ Sinungo with a clapping hand emojis.
That what?
I'll put DJ Sinungo with a clapping emojis. But
Yeah. So I will be on. You know what? I will be on tonight, and I play some music. Matter of fact, the '90s hip hop. So the one I want to do, I'll play some '90s, '80s, '90s hip hop rap. I'm going to see what folder I'm going to find to play, and I got some today's music that I redid too. But I want to go back to the '90s, '80s, '90s hip hop, early 2000s hip hop rap, and find a folder I'm going to play because if you notice on those, the beat switched up a little bit, and I don't get copyrighted for those because they're not the exact beat. But and those I never had a problem playing those, or even the other one I got of today's music. I never had a problem because the beats changed up a little bit, and so I want to play that tonight. Or you know what I might do? I might just chance it and play. Uh,
Tiny said all these night or now, and then he commented again, oh, with the thumbs up emoji, and then, okay.
yeah, you know what? I might play some oldies. What I might do, I might chant and play like some Santana, Malo, War, Rafi Pigon, Al Chicano. Uh, I might play some of that music, but I want to be picky. I want to skip the songs that I think that they flagged me. So last time I played that music, I know a lot of Tierra songs they didn't flag me for. This before I knew that they sent me the actual song they flagged me for. So I might play some of that. I'm gonna skip the songs that I know when I got kicked off, and they actually gave me a strike and kicked me off YouTube for like a week, and I was put on a probation, a 90-day period probation. If I would have got another strike, they would have kicked me off for 2 weeks. If I would have got a third strike, they would have kicked off my YouTube period. And honestly, that was back on Father's Day, so I don't know how long Father's Day's been. If it's been 90 days or not, but been 2 months. Yeah, 90 days, 3 months. So I'm gonna go back. I might play some of that tonight, Tiny. You guys, whoever's on listening, I might play some Malo, Sapo, some Tierra, and
I was just saying that 2 months and stuff.
so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna skip through the songs that I'm gonna see if somebody sits there with me because I guess it shows a warning sign on my laptop. But being I can't see, I don't know what song that I'm getting warned about. But I know like when my son walked in or when Kim walked in and checked it, they say it's giving you a sign on your screen. It's saying about copyrights, but it doesn't always do that as far as I know. It doesn't always do that. But I might I want to play some of that tonight. And for some reason they do flag me. I want to switch it up and play some '90s, either '80s, '90s, early 2000s hip hop or hip hop rap. I know it falls on both genres. Even got a little old school in there because I know those particular folders I'd never been flagged for at all. And so I want to try to play some Latin oldies. I don't like calling it Latin oldies but that a genre that I guess it falls under is Latin oldies. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some of that tonight, see how it works out. And if they kick me off, I'll be back on and I'll play some. Huh. I'll do. Huh?
The person's on the profile name anonymous fucker.
Yeah.
Uh,
What's up, anonymous fucker? I didn't call you a fucker, but I guess that's what your profile name is.
I can't with you. We put it was good. DJ see me for that mix last night. One's bad, and then how much emoji. Hope your weekend is good. Good on Holy. And they call it. You should start a YouTube channel called The Rush Family.
Yeah, you know what, Paula? I think I might. I don't know. I might do something like that and use this channel just for DJing. And this way, they can flag me all they want on this channel. But yeah, anonymous. The ladies' night I did last night. The reason why I was playing that music is because the ladies' night that I did last night, the songs I was playing, I got flagged and they blocked that whole live that I did last night. They blocked it, took it off my YouTube. But the reason why I was playing those songs, like I said, on that folder alone is like 500 songs. So, I mean, I got asked to play at clubs to this day, but they want a network. So they want me to do it for free as they make all the money. But they say, this is your way to network, get your name out there. But yeah, I'm cool with that. Like I said, I got a lot of people hit me up, but as soon as they find out I'm blind, they don't want to hire me because I'm blind. They think I'm one of these fake DJs that pays for a program and lets the laptop, the program doesn't mix it for me. But I can't use those, and even if I could, I wouldn't. So, anyways, the reason why I was playing those songs last night, mind you, on that folder, what I was trying to close it out with was "Ladies' Night" from Kool and the Gang. I wanted to close it out with that song, but there's 500 songs on that folder, and I couldn't find it in time, so I wound up just closing it out the way I did. But those are all songs that was requested by ladies from 18 and up, even though the club was 21 and up. But we were asking every time we went to the store, to a doctor's appointment, flea market, anywhere we went, to the mall, we were hitting up a bunch of ladies, asking them what would they like to hear for ladies' night at the club. And those were the highest requested songs that I downloaded, and those were the songs I was playing for ladies' nights. And that was before, of course, the club tried ripping me off and paying me without Kim being there, and they tried paying me $50. Now, this particular club, I was playing on the weekends and on Thursday nights. And originally, we agreed upon the cover charge at the door. It was $5 a person. And during the DJ night, that's when they charge the cover charge. But I got to the point where I was bringing in a crowd of. So, like I said, we'll go with the less. My daughter was out there one night, and she counted. I want to say 40, close to 50 girls, and a little bit over 50 guys. So at $5 a person, do the math. So just say 50-50 at $5 a person. Matter of fact, what is that? Alexa, what's 50 times 5?
Getting what?
Alexa, shut up. Alexa, what's 50 times 5?
Sorry, I don't know.
Alexa, what's 50 times 5?
50 times 5 is 250.
So 250, that would have been my average. And they only turned around and gave me $80. When we had offered, I have somebody out there putting the wristbands on. This way I get the money. And they denied it. They said, our person will be out there and we'll supply the wristbands. Well, that's because they wanted to rip me off. So anyways, I did an oldies night on a Sunday. And I had, all the lowriders out there go support me. And that's the day they tried to only give me $50. But they tried giving it to me without Kim being there, where she was putting my stuff away. And he tried to say that the only reason why the lowriders are there because they know them personally and they called them out there. So it just so happens the one of the presidents to one of the clubs was still outside, and I said, you know what? Let's go find out. And we went out there. They were like, no, we don't know these motherfuckers. We don't like this club. We only came to support you. And yeah, after that night, I never went back. You know, yeah, they did me dirty quite a few times. So I never went back to that nightclub. But you know, I had a couple other nightclubs hit me up, and but they want to pretty much network. So they want to make money off of me and not pay me and just say, you know, where I can network. I'm cool with getting ripped off.
Anyways, so there were more
So-
comments, but then we start talking.
Oh, my daughter's catching me up on comments right now.
Where did I leave off?
Huh?
Where did I leave off?
Anonymous.
Oh yeah, okay. After that, Paula put. Oh no, it was Paula. After Paula put. After Paula put saying you should start everybody you trust.
Uh,
She put hit those thumbs up and 2 thumbs up in business. And then Anonymous put salute to you as well, Paula. And then Paula put laughing emoji.
uh-huh.
And then Anonymous put 3 laughing emojis. And then hell yeah, brother. I'm gonna be there again tonight. And then Anonymous commented again. The mix was bumping last night. And then Paula put Alexa black face emoji. And then Paula put have you ever thought about doing a DJ yard sale?
You know what? You know what I have thought about, and I've done this a couple times. I've done it through a couple of raffling off DJ yard sale. I don't know how that'll work, how that works. But I know I have raffled up like for certain fundraisers. You know, raffled off
Fundraisers.
Huh?
Fundraisers.
fundraisers on raffling off 4 hours, raffling off for my grandkids. I know I was thinking of even getting on here and raffling off a night on you know, I was thinking of doing like raffling off, you know, a night or something, but or so many hours. I know, like with me, for example, so this summer, I've done a couple memory of life. I did a wedding that was all country. I did a couple memories of life. One was just classic rock, you know, 80s, 90s classic rock. There was no mixing involved. I did for the most part, I have had people hit me up as soon as they found out I was blind. I did a graffiti night, and I had people loved it. I had quite a few people hit me up as soon as they found out I was completely blind. They didn't want me, and so you know, for the most part, I got one coming up in December, but that's maybe. I haven't heard anything about that yet, and that was just a one conversation. So um, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that one since I haven't heard anything about it. So, but I know I have done a fundraiser for, um, you know, I hate to put it this way, but for a passing, you know, somebody, you know, that passed away that I knew, and that one only weighs rascally rabbit. No, I only raised like I want to say like $150, something like that, for 4 hours. But and the individual that won uh never, you know, followed through with it. This about a year ago, never followed through with it. So you know, they won't hit me up anytime. You know, I owe it to them, but I think it was more for help the family, with the fundraiser. So anybody wants to do a fundraiser for me for anybody that's having a way, that can't afford it, hey, I'm down with that. I'm down to hop out any way I want. I can. For the most part, the only ones that have done this year were certain friends. Everybody wants the homie hookup. Certain friends, I'll give them the homie hookup. They're like family to me. That's automatic. That's literally automatic, and I don't charge family. And but there's certain ones that are like distance, and they still want the family hookup. And Kim's not having that. I'm one that, all right, cool. If you can't afford it, you know what? Just give me what you can afford. Kim's like, oh hell no, that's not gonna work. So that's also has to do with a couple of these nightclubs that wants to use me for networking. They want me the DJ as they make all the money, but they don't want to pay me. And at first I was like, all right, cool. I'll get my name out there more. And Kim's like, nope, it's not gonna work. You ain't working for free. Fuck that shit. I'm the one breaking everything down, putting everything up. So yeah, Kim ain't having it. But there's certain ones that I do, and I won't charge. I won't charge, or they're able to pay me whatever they can pay me. But for the most part, like close friends or family, that's something that I feel bad, if I charge. But there's certain extended people that kind of knows me. They expect a hookup. That and I'm one too that I like to work with people that can't afford it. But Kim's one's like, oh hell no, that's not gonna work.
Paula,
Uh-uh.
Paula, like you set up a yard sale and on the side you're mixing music. Sometimes yard sales are free, no permit needed, but you might want to check with the city first so people can donate money for a song request. You should put the Jason Leroy Oldies request live and have people cash app and donate for the song.
You know what's a trip, Paula? Is that over here, you know what? We can hit up my neighbors and do like a block yard sale to see if they're down with it. But over here, I live. Luckily, we got this spot. When we were homeless, Eternal Light Tattoos, and they did a fundraiser. That's how we got into this spot here. And luckily, it's right before COVID hit. So, unfortunately, it's more. Our rent is more than what we make on top of the bills. And but we got in on good faith. They took a chance on us. And the only bad thing about where I'm at right now is that no offense to nobody, but I live around a bunch of white folks, and they call the cops on anybody for anything for any reason.
There's maybe
Yeah, there's
like two Mexican.
there's a Mexican family that's on the right of us and down the street, and they're cool ass people. So I was listening to my scanner last year, and there was a house party that was like 2 blocks down, and they were playing Spanish music, and and they were playing Spanish music. It wasn't bothering nobody. You can barely hear it over here. Well, I heard the cops on my scanner. Cops were called on a party that was that Spanish party that I was talking about. That was 2 blocks down from my block. I remind you, you can barely hear it over here, but and my neighbor, it was funny because I was out there the other day, and I was telling whenever if I'm practicing, my music's too loud, and he started laughing. He goes, "No, compa, aquí no." He told me, "Nah, don't worry about it. The only ones you got to worry about is the white folks. They call the cops on everybody." And but they're hella cool people. But there was one time I was practicing, and it was on a Saturday. It was about it was Saturday. It was about 1:30 p.m. on a Saturday, and I was practicing, and I shit you not, from what Raina, my son Gabriel said, about 4 cops came to the door. They had the guns drawn, and my son opened the door, and he was like, "Oh shit, Dad!" So I go to the door, and they said that they had several people calling for a loud party, And it was just me, my 3 grandkids, my at the time 16-year-old son, and my daughter at the time. She was what, 12? No, you're, how old were you?
I'm 14.
So you were about 12.
Yeah.
And then I was just me practicing, and I laughed at them. I go, look, I go, for one, I'm not in violation. For two, I'm just playing music. I'm practicing. I'm DJing because I had a party that same night. They had to go DJ, and I was practicing with the music that they were requesting. And they said, well, technically, you are in violation of this code for this standard. So I was like, all right, you know what? So what I did was I called city, the city law, the city, I forgot what it was called. And then I called the zoning department to see, anywhere, any residentials, homes or anything that I'm in violations. So the people from the zoning department, the lady goes, what's funny? I'm in a band. Me and my husband in a band, and we never had nobody call the cops on us. And no, you're not in any kind of violations. I want to send you the codes, and this is the code that they gave you because my son wrote down the code. It's for before hours and after hours. So I'll break all that down to you right now. And then the city law, the city something, they even laughed and said, no, you're not, no violations. You're only in violation. You go to a park, you have to get a permit. But for your home, you don't need a permit. So the code they gave me was during the middle of the week, before 9 o'clock or after 9 o'clock, for generators, lawnmowers, loud music, anything like that, I'm in violation. But within those hours, I'm not in violation. Now, for the weekends and holidays, it's 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And so I was in no violation. These cops were just being a dick and straight up lied. They said that the cops lied. So I wanted to call in the NPD, and I told them what happened. They said, yeah, that officer should have never said that. And I told them how they came with the guns drawn. And they said for a noise complaint, that's unusual. But my daughter, my 2 oldest grandkids, which remind you, at the time, my granddaughter, she was like 4, my other one was 3. My 4-year-old granddaughter said that they had the guns drawn. And but ever since then, so I got the paper and I highlighted the codes that they sent us. So they would call for a noise complaint. I'm within my hours. Boom, you're gonna give me the code. Here you go. This is what the code is. This, what was explained to me. That way I could throw it back in their face. So since that night, though, I haven't had one complaint, one person called. But then again, we, told pretty much everybody on the block about if there's any noise complaints, hey, let me know. I'll turn it down. So yeah, that's the so maybe, that yard sale. Maybe I'll talk to, get everybody here on the block, get a block yard sale, and I'll go out there and DJ. That's a good idea, though. Yeah, that's a real good idea. What's that, baby?
Here. What? Oh,
Tone Loc Buds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how you doing, DJ Smooth?
I'm doing cool. And thank you for tapping in.
I may or may not read the comments because
Huh?
but I will read.
I can't hear you.
I said I'm reading the comments like from streaming.
Yeah, my daughter's straightening her hair and reading the comments at the same time. So yeah, she says she's called multitasking. Yeah, you gotta excuse me. I talk English the same way I talk Spanish. I can't talk neither one of them right. I think I speak Nahuatl better than both of those languages. Now, you know what I am going to talk about? So there was a situation that happened a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to say what happened or what, but that brings me, I'm going to speak on it right now, a little bit about it, a little sample on never judge a book by its cover. And the things I'm going to use that I know for a fact there's many incidents I can use, but there's a certain reason why I'm going to use these two incidents is because what happened a couple weeks ago uh, to a friend of mine. You know, he got judged by the way he looks, and you know, he's all tatted up, his face is all tatted, his head's all tatted, but he's a cool ass dude. And he walked in. Well, he walked into the spot, and they called the cops on him because they thought he was going to rob the place. And the cops went over there and they handcuffed him. They harassed him because of the way he looked. And he pulls out a wad of money and said, "Look, I work. I can't. I'm not stealing shit. I'm just, you know, going to do some grocery shopping." So yeah, the right. That reminds me. So a few years ago, right, we went down to Sacramento. We seen online this SUV. It was a Suburban. It was all red. It had a sunroof. It came with TVs. It came with the radio system. It was lifted. And so I got off of work. I just, you know, got done with my taxes. And mind you, I was a truck driver, and we had just got my taxes, and you know, we had the money. We had the money. The Suburban was being sold because of the year. They wanted like 11,000 for it, and we were saving. We had 15,000, so we went with the cash. You know, we went with the cash. Maybe we can get it down 1,000 or two. And we went to the spot. Me and Kim went to the spot. My oldest, not my oldest, so my youngest son Gabriel went with us, and who else went with us? Was it you?
No, I was at school.
It was one of the girls. I know that. It was one of my daughters, one of my older daughters. You were in that school after I got off work.
Oh, okay.
And so we went, and the guy that was working, you know, he was attending to somebody else. So I told him when he was done that I would like to look at the Suburban and maybe take it for a test drive. And he didn't say nothing. He just said, "All right." So I waited for him to finish. When he finished, a new couple. Well, I shouldn't even say a couple. It was two ladies came on, went on, you know, looking at the cars, and he went and helped them first. And then when they left, I went to go talk to him. He goes, "Hold on, give me a minute," and he walked away. While he went in the office, he came back out when somebody else came on the floor or on the land, property, whatever, sales, car, whatever, and he started helping them. So at this point, I'm getting pissed, and my son already knows me. When I get pissed, I get pissed. So when he was done, I go, "Hey, can you help me?" And he goes, "You know what? Honestly, I don't think your insurance will approve you getting that car. That car is too expensive for you, and your insurance, you know, is real hard to get that car insured." I go, "Look, I don't give a fuck what you say. I want to test drive the car. I want to look at the car. I want to look underneath the hood. So whether you like it or not, I want to look at this car." And he kind of laughed at me. He goes, "You know what? You can't afford the car, plain and simple." And he walks inside. I'm pissed. I'm fucking heated. So, all right. So I walk inside the office and I said, "I want to talk to the boss. Who's the main boss here?" And there's a guy sitting on the, now there's I don't want to say elderly, but she was older than us at the time. So she was at the time probably in her early 40s, but you could tell she had a fat ass diamond ring on. She had some diamond earrings on. She was buying a brand new Mercedes off the lot of the year. And the guy goes, I'm the manager, sir. May I help you? I'm the owner of this spot." I go, "You know what?" And I turned around, I looked at the dude. I pointed at him. I go, "That motherfucker right there, fuck him." And I pulled out the cash. I go, "I wanted to look at that Suburban right there." And I pointed at the Suburban out there. I wanted to buy it. And I told him exactly what happened, how he treated us. I go, "So you know what? Fuck him and fuck this car lot. I'm out of here. I want to go spend my money elsewhere. I'm a truck driver. I got the cash to pay it out right now." Then he goes, "No, sir, you don't have to leave. I'll help you right now as soon as I'm done." Well, when that happened, the lady ripped up her contract that she was signing. I said, "You know what? This is how you're going to treat your." She was a white lady. She goes, "This is how you're gonna treat your employees, racists like this?" She goes, "I don't want nothing to do with you guys. I want to take my business elsewhere too." So I'm pretty sure that dude got fired. I'm more than positive that. And then to top it all off, that dude that was acting like that was Mexican. Yeah, it was some shit. So, speaking of that, another couple more examples of judging his books by his cover, which you should never do. So I had a friend of mine's. I lived, with him, his family. I lived. They took me in. As a kid. I was, from house to house, and I was, you know, uh, everywhere and anywhere. And he was the coolest dude. He's a Jehovah now. I hardly don't get to talk to him now because uh, his family moved to Chicago, and I'm not sure where he stays at, but I know he was moving to Chicago. But he had came over, and remember, he's like a square bear pretty much. And he goes, "Hey, I just got in a fight at Taco Bell in Manteca," and this dude was all tatted up, yoked out, and he was mad dogging me, and he kind of shoulder checked me. I go, "So what happened? Who is he? Is he still there?" He goes, "Nah, this happened about 20 minutes ago." And he goes, "Honestly, I whipped his ass. I dropped him like 3 hits." Now, keep in mind, this dude, uh, he was in mixed martial arts. Again, judging the book by its cover, he looked like a square bear, and this dude thought he was a bully. Well, come to find out, I know it was true because I had a couple of homeboys come over later on and say, "Hey, I won't say his name, which I don't like saying names without permission. Uh, your friend such and such is like, yeah." He goes, "Hey, he just whooped some dude's ass over there at Taco Bell, dropped him." So that's a short story to my next story. So my next story is this. So those that know Stockton, at this time I was about 16 years old. I was living with my sister. Yeah, I was living with my sister, and hold on, real fast. Hold on, go ahead, answer it. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. Hold on. I'll finish the story right now in a minute. What happened? Well, anyways, I'll go ahead and tell it right now. So I was hold on. So I was living with my sister at the time. I was about 16 years old. I was living with my sister right there off Oak Street in Stockton, in the middle of Sutter and California. There's a funeral home right across the street where we were at. Now, the part we were living in the middle of Sutter and California is literally like a quarter of a block. Then there was the park. Oak Street Park was right there. And we were living in a little tiny complex upstairs. As a matter of fact, for those who know Stockton back in the 90s, you guys remember who Coco was? Yeah, Coco. He used to come to the apartment across the street. For those that know Stockton, you know who Coco is. You don't know who Coco is, you're not from Stockton. Everybody knows who Coco was. Let's just say he was a cross-dresser prostitute, but he only had certain but come to find out he wanted to get murdered later on. Anyways, he used to go to one of my neighbors, which, come on now, that was only obviously he was a tall African, kind of yoked out dude, but anyways, so there's two apartment complexes next to each other, where I was staying out with my sister and my ex-brother-in-law, which he was my friend before. He met my sister through me. And then there's a bigger apartment complex that was on the right of me. Now, I was about 16. we had people coming from, different areas of Stockton come and visit me. My brother-in-law, they were all, you can say homeboys. We'll just say allegedly gang bangers. Um, so there was a little white boy. I call him Little White Boy. Now, the reason why I call this dude a little white boy because he was about 5'3", 5'4", about 110, 120 pounds, soaked and wet. People used to pick on him. For the most part, nobody tripped off of him, but there were certain people that would pick on him, bully him. Now, he was in his 30s, but you couldn't tell by looking at him. He looked like a little teenager. He looked like a little teenage kid. So I remember going to the liquor store off California. So when you come out of my apartment, you make a right, California Street's right there. You go left, go up 2 blocks. There was a liquor store on the right hand side. He was there, and there was about 4 dudes picking on him, and one spit in his face. They're bullying him for his money. So me and a couple of the homeboys like, oh fuck that shit. We jumped in the middle like, hey, you know what? This and that, that and this and that. So the dudes didn't want none of it. Dudes didn't want none of it. We made dudes apologize to him. So we used to always protect him from getting bullied. So we thought. So he started kicking with us, right? And one night we were walking towards Charter Waves, me, another homeboy. Now the homeboy was in his early 20s. I was about 16, and the little white boy. As to me, I didn't even know how old he was. He was a little white boy because of his size, and he looked hella young. He looked like a teenager. So we're walking down by the pier, by Stockton Pier, and at this time, this time it was, while we seen about 4 or 5, I want to say about 5 dudes. It was 5 dudes. We seen 5 dudes, big dudes, and these dudes were in their 20s. And I looked at the homeboy. I said, "Hey, you ready?" He's like, "Fuck it, let's go." And like I say, I had my little, my little thing, but back then I never used it unless somebody else used theirs first. So I wasn't even tripping off that. I was just thinking we're gonna get our ass whooped. So I told the little white boy, "Hey, check this out. Shit's about to pop off. You need to bounce." He's like, "I'm not gonna go nowhere." I go, "No, shit's gonna pop off right now. You need to go. Get out of here. Go home." So I think there was a little miscommunications there because when we got closer, I went to go tell the little white boy, "Run, get out of here." And the homeboy wound up taking off running, which I didn't know until afterwards, which I'll explain it right now. I didn't realize this until after the fact. And so I started getting down with this one dude, and this dude was bigger than me. Mind you, he's in his 20s. I'm only 16. I started getting down with this one dude, and at the same time I'm getting down with this dude, knowing we were outnumbered, I'm trying to pay attention to where the other dudes were at, make sure I didn't get coke caught. And I heard fighting, which I thought was the homeboy. I thought the little white boy took off running, and I heard fighting. I'm trying to keep my surroundings, and don't ask me how I was hanging with this dude, trying to keep my surroundings with everybody else all in the same time. Well, I got rocked. As soon as I got rocked, I knew I was done. Because this dude was not only a lot bigger than me, he was older than me, and a lot more, manly wise, a lot more solid, just more of a man, being that I was only 16, so he was in his early 20s. And so I thought I was gonna get my ass whipped. Right when I got rocked, I knew I was done. I knew I was fucked. We're gonna get jumped. We're fucked. Well, I was dazed. I was rocked, thinking I'm done. Well, I shit you not. Next thing you know, I was rocked. Mind you, I'm dazed. being that I was slow and I was rocked, I see the dude slowly hit the ground. Then I heard my name being called. I like, and I barely coming, just coming out of it. As I'm coming out of it, I see this little white boy standing. He's in the stand. Well, this little white boy used to disappear every day. We used to always ask him, "Hey, where are you going? Do you want us to take you? This way he won't get bullied." Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna go. I got a part-time school and a part-time job because he used to take care of his mom. So I see this little dude standing there, this little white boy standing there, and there's 5 other individuals that were all bigger than us on the floor, knocked out, cold. There was 2 of them that was kind of like half up, like just yeah, like grunting. They weren't knocked out, but they were grunting. So come to find out, this little white boy was a 3rd-degree black belt. I'm not sure what martial arts. I'm not sure what, but he was a 3rd-degree black belt. So every time he would disappear every day because he was a sensei, and he would train at a school up in North Stockton, and he would go walking or jogging. That's where he would disappear to, which I didn't find out to that day. Now the individual that took off running, he wanted to get in trouble by his own homeboys for leaving me hanging. But at the same time, like I told them, it was miscommunication because I told him to run. And but he knew I was down with it because me and him got in fights side by side together before. But being we were with the little white boy and me, and he heard run, get out of here. He took off thinking I was gonna do the same thing. But the little white boy, the whole time we thought we were defending him. We weren't defending nobody. So he had to get his hands registered. And so his thing was, by law, he can't use his hands unless he has no choice to protect himself. He has, because he had lethal, his hands were lethal, a lethal weapon. So he couldn't fight nobody. So they can spit in his face, they can push him, pretty much get bullied, and without warning him, or if he had to defend himself without warning him because he was going to get jumped, for example, that night. So come to find out, this whole time where we thought we were protecting him, man, we weren't protecting nobody, man. That little white boy was bad. He was badass. Again, that goes to show, don't ever judge a book by its cover. Any comments, Bill?
What?
Any comments?
Let me see right now.
My daughter's checking comments.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Oh, there's a lot of them, she said.
Alina's on.
Oh, what's up, Alina?
Paula, hit those thumbs up. The 2 thumbs up, please.
Everybody, do me a favor, Paula. Thank you. I appreciate all your support. But everybody, do me a favor. One of my favorite subscribers, Alina. Tell Alina, everybody say what's up to Alina. I want to say she's 10 years old, and she's a beautiful young lady. So everybody gives Alina a shout out for me. Go ahead.
Oh, I grabbed another strand of hair.
And she said she grabbed another strand of hair to hold. Oh, I thought somebody commented that.
Father, I am straightening my hair. I can't. I can't. $33, $5.30.
Yeah.
But
What's up, 33,530? What do you put?
put Miss Paula, how you doing? And then Roxanne.
Yeah, Roxanne. Elena's mom.
Yeah. No, isn't that Darlene? I don't know. You're confusing me. Uh, Roxanne put, I get judged by the tattoo on my chest. I got plans on Maria.
What's up, Roxanne? Yeah, people get so judgmental. Honestly, it's pointless to get judgmental. I mean, honestly, tattoos don't make you a bad fighter. Tattoo don't make you tough. Tattoo don't make you a thief. Tattoo don't make you a gangster. Um, Tattoos art. You know, plain and simple, it's art. And people have a tendency to construing. I can't even pronounce it. Tattoos with something way different. Go ahead. Beth.
I'll continue on with comment. From shoulder to shoulder across my chest, I'm always judged for that. And then follow put salute to ready 35530.
Uh,
Doing good, how are you doing? And then he replies to her, reply to follow saying amazing with scrolling. The bird hand emoji, flex emoji, cool face emoji, sunglasses on, and then hunch emoji. And then follow by the Roxanne saying that's awful that people judge like that. And then follow by the 3330.
yeah.
But that's great. And then 33, 530, but I like when people judge me. Paula put replying to him saying with live face emojis. Roger, but I was in y'all for I was in y'all for a little over 7 years, and the funniest thing I ever seen was a gay black dude that used a dress like a chick, but had a hands and was knocking fools out.
Okay, hold.
It was crazy.
Hold that one. All right, so Roger, that last comment. Well, I don't know if that was your last comment, but that comment my daughter just read that you put on there. So Coco, that's how Coco was. Coco was a male prostitute in Stockton, but he was a big old tall African dude or black guy. I know, they get not had. Excuse me, I didn't mean to put they. You know, depending on where you put it, some people take it racial, but he was a big old black dude in Stockton, but he was a prostitute and he used to be a cross dresser. But I seen him knock some dudes out. I seen Coco knock some dudes out. So he was well known in Stockton, but he wound up getting murdered. As far as I know, last thing I heard about him, he wound up getting murdered. But he used to wear a dress and light-longs and high heels and all that. Put on makeup.
As I was saying. Polar replied to Roger saying LOL, and then she commented again. Hit those thumbs up with 2 thumbs up emojis. And Marquita Listo put, what up, homeboy? I'm for support.
What's up, Máquina Listo?
And then Paula put saludos to Marquita Listo. And then Marquita Listo commented, Elena Saludos. And then Paula put shout out to Elena. And she put thank you for supporting DJ Cinema. And then when people used to put a left face emoji, Juan Ton Libra. I don't know how to pronounce it, so give me one. And then 33 put 530 put I said mine and full DJ Cinema. And then Paula put left face emojis.
Yes, I just got caught up on all the comments. My daughter's straightening her hair. Yeah, so my daughter was talking about the DJ that DJ their high school event last night, and yeah, so he's pretty much using a program. He set it up with connected speakers to his laptop, and he would just let the program do the mixing for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess somebody threw a stink bomb in the middle of the dance floor last night towards the end. She said it smelled like shit.
It did. Man, someone got kicked out, and they're screaming yelling at the principal and their competence.
So I guess someone got kicked out. That's probably the one that threw a stink bomb in there.
No, I had a video of the other girl,
Uh-huh.
girl that was with them, yelling and shit,
Young what?
just yelling at some guys that are talking shit. He was like,
Yeah. So the cool thing about before I went live, my son called and said that my grandkids' homecoming that the other team forfeited because they didn't have enough players. And but the cool thing was, uh, I'm not sure they're gonna lend the other team players for they can scrimmage, or they're just gonna have the amount of players play the amount of players, and that part's cool. Anything for our youth teams, our kids, anything to help them uh, stay busy, and so that game's still going on. It became a scrimmage instead of a game, which is cool because at least they still get to play. I know there were some games that I went to where a certain team didn't have enough players, and they flat out said, "Okay, then you lose a game. Let's go to the next game," and they went on to the next game. Where it's like, man, come on, you know what? The kids still want to play. They still want to play. They want to at least do a scrimmage, and a lot of these teams won't do that for another team. But today was cool because my grandkids' team, uh, they did that for the other team. They said, you know what, let's play. It's gonna be a scrimmage, and let's let the boys have some fun. And the girls still got the cheer. What's that, baby?
no, I was gonna say, especially for you.
Yeah, especially for youth football teams. Well, youth football and cheer. I have to throw a cheer in there because the girls go out there and they cheer their hearts out too. And speaking of cheer, so my my daughters they do competition dance, but when they were doing cheer, uh, so cheer for those that don't know is now considered a sport. And the reason why it's considered a sport, which honestly, if you ever go, if anybody got daughters, they're in cheer, hey, they put in work. They jog, they work out, they exercise, they stretch.
Cheering is a full body workout.
Yeah, cheering is a full body workout, and I've seen it firsthand. I got 5 daughters and 4 boys, and well, 2 living boys, but I got 4 boys. And cheering is a sport. I never understood why cheering wasn't a sport, but it became a sport. I forgot what year, and the only reason why it became a sport was because of the Dallas Cowgirls, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, which is the Dallas Cowgirls, and they're the ones that made it legally a sport. And they started off in Texas, and they moved down to California, ended up being pretty much, I want to say, federal wide uh, throughout the whole states. So I think that was a good move because cheering is a sport. Literally, it's a sport. And you ever go watch these, like when they do the state competitions and stuff, it's hard. You get girls getting hurt and everything over it. And it's unfortunately they don't get paid like they should. And honestly, I think they should go to even the away games like the high schools does and the youth football teams do. What was that, Ben? No, you were gonna say something.
Oh, no, it was a joke because you said it was hard, and I said that's what she said.
Oh,
You can't tell me that wasn't funny.
yeah, that was fun. Yeah, so I got another 2 more weeks. I can put my leg back on and start walking again, and I can't wait because the wheelchair is literally too small for me. They go by height and weight, so I only qualify for a small wheelchair. I'm not tall, but I'm not short, and I only qualify for a small wheelchair. And so to get another wheelchair, they said that because of insurance, they have to take measurements of my chest and my waist and all that. So the wheelchair I got is only a 20 inch, and from shoulder to shoulder, not fully around, but from shoulder to shoulder, 27 inches, and my waist, is 27 inches, and they gave me a 20-inch wheelchair. How the fuck am I supposed to fit in a 20-inch wheelchair? So I'm still waiting for the doctors to send the referral. They said they sent it over, and then the company said that they never received it. So for this last week, I've been back and forth between the doctor's office and the company, and yeah, it's a hassle. By the time I get it, though, honestly, I'm not even needing it no more. Which I'm still gonna wind up needing it because I'm always gonna use it off and on. What's that? But yeah, sooner or later I wind up using it, but I guess like today I wanted to go to my grandkids' game. Of course, I can't see them or nothing like that, but I can still be there, yell, support, and but I would have been in a wheelchair sitting sideways in it, squished. But I would have still been there. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to afford to get into the game, but I still would have loved to been there. Any comments? All right. She's checking for more comments, and after this, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, and I'll be back on around 6 o'clock once my son's able to get here because he can pick up the wheelchair and move since the wheelchair is too small. With
Follow the live face movies.
huh?
Follow the live face movies. And then she commented again, that's amazing with the pyramids.
Uh-huh.
And then she put recovery going well.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. I'm able to pivot and adjust. I'm able to transfer myself now with my one good leg. Uh, Still a little off balance though, but yeah, I'm able to pivot, and my swellenness is starting to go down. So my soreness and my good leg is starting to go away. Now the way they cut, because I still got that steri strip, whatever you call it. So the way they cut my nub to pack up the femur with my bone graft from my other femur is they cut it in zigzag. So my scar goes from halfway to my nub up to my knee, then back. So it goes like this, like this, like this, like this, and then back up to my thigh. So they cut it, yeah, in zigzags pretty much. And that's where I had the most staples at. So, but other than that, honestly, my staples are out. My legs gotten strong. My good leg gotten stronger where they took the bone graft out. That's stronger. I'm able to transport myself a lot easier, a lot better now. And my other leg, I'm not gonna know until I'm able to put my leg on and be able to walk on how it feels. But it is feeling better. Honestly, a lot of the pain's gone away. It's still sore, like it's still sore. Like right now, when I move a certain way, it's like shit. But it's feeling way better. So recovery's is getting better. Anything else?
Okay.
Anything else? All right. So as she's going back to look at the comments, tonight I'll be back on around 6, and I want to play some tierra, some war, some. I'm gonna try to play the songs that I know I didn't get flagged for. So in these oldies, well, you can say oldies. They're not actual oldies, but they're oldies, Latin oldies, you can say. With Santana, War, Malo, Rafi Pibon, El Chicano, Tierra, a bunch of, I can't even say all of them. Last time I played them, I want to say for Father's Day. They shut me down. They gave me a strike. They took me off YouTube for a week and put me on probation. But I want to play the songs that I think I didn't get flagged for. And if they kick me off, then I'll be back on. I'll do a mix. I'll do a mix of four songs that I know for a fact that I haven't got flagged for. And but I'll be on around 6 o'clock. I want to try and play some. I just Latin oldies pretty much. I'll just try to play some Latin oldies, and I'll play strictly the songs that I know for a fact. Well, I think I know for a fact that I didn't get flagged for, and hopefully they don't flag me for it. They don't kick me off. And for some reason they do, I'll be back on. They give me a strike, then I'll be off for like 2 weeks, I think, because they gave me a 90-day probation period. So it happened the weekend before Father's Day when they gave me the strike. So how long ago was Father's Day?
Father's Day was in March, right?
Honestly, I don't know when Father's Day is. Oh, I know. Alexa, how long was Father's Day?
In the United States, Father's Day was on Sunday, June 19th, 2022.
June 19th. That hasn't been
So June, what was it again?
June, July, August, September. Yeah, it's been 3 months. October. Yeah. So I'm good. So if they kick me off, give me a strike, then I'll be off for a week. But if they just kick me off, then I'll be right back on. I'll do a mix of music that I know for a fact that they never punished me for. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So tonight I'll be on around 6 o'clock. I'm gonna try and play some Latin oldies. Which Latin oldies?